Hey guys, I hope you're all having an amazing day. So in today's video, I have my top tips to help you dominate with Vantage in Season 14. Now these are things I've learned throughout my experience in the new season, and these tips have been incredibly useful, especially in my first 4K damage match with Vantage. As always, if you guys do go on to enjoy it and want to see more guide videos like this one, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as it is really appreciated. These videos do take a lot of time to put together. And without further ado, let's jump straight into the guide. Now my first tip is not to use your sniper unless you have at least 2 bullets. The way Vantage's ultimate works is it hits for 50 damage if it's a body shot. However, each consecutive shot on the marked target will grant double damage. Therefore, while one bullet can be handy in finishing off an opponent or marking enemies for your team, I highly recommend that you either wait until your ult regenerates more, or use an ultimate accelerant so that you're able to hit those consecutive shots and consequently deal potentially fatal amounts of damage. Tip number 2 is to be very cautious when using your ultimate. Something that isn't explained in Vantage's ability overview is that her sniper emits a bright laser when aiming down sight. While this may scare enemies off and cause them to hide behind cover, this also puts a massive target on your head. Therefore, it is very important that you are mindful of this when using it, as pulling out your ult in a dangerous position could get you eliminated or at least focused by multiple teams. My next tip is to charge your tactical jump to Echo while it is out of your line of sight. As long as your tactical ability isn't on cooldown, you're actually able to charge your jump even if Echo isn't currently in your field of view. All you have to do is make sure that Echo is in your sight once the charge is complete, and you will be able to jump successfully. This means you don't have to wait for Echo to be in a suitable position to begin charging, and can jump out of trouble and to safety much faster. Tip number 4. You can actually relocate Echo while using meds. Personally, this tip has been so helpful in getting out of dangerous situations, as you can duck behind cover when you're low, pop a battery or med kit while repositioning Echo to a suitable position, and then jump to it. Trust me when I say this tip will save you at least once. My next tip is to use the double jump feature of Vantage's tactical as much as possible. Even if it doesn't seem completely necessary to use the double jump, I always recommend that you use it, especially when you're being targeted. This is because when you don't double jump, Echo holds you in place for a second before releasing you directly back to the ground. This short period makes you a very easy target to hit, and much easier to hit than when you double jump. Therefore, unless you are jumping to a very precise location, I always recommend that you double jump to reduce damage and increase mobility. Tip number 6. Remember to recall Echo when avoiding confrontations. Trust me, I know more than anyone that it is super convenient to throw Echo out, let it follow you around for you to jump to when necessary. However, Echo is incredibly easy to spot and gives away your rough or exact location. Therefore, when avoiding confrontations, it is very important that you recall Echo to avoid being hunted down. Tip number 7. Focus the weakest player. Vantage's passive has the unique ability to allow you to see exactly what armor level each enemy player currently possesses. You can use this information to deduce whether an enemy player has the weakest armor and focus them. The reason for this is that Vantage's ultimate is capable of 2-tapping an enemy with wide armor, or even blue with a headshot. Therefore, it is much more advantageous to target the enemy with the weakest armor, as you have a better chance of downing them from range. Tip number 8. Be very careful when using Vantage's tactical aggressively. When pushing a team using Vantage's tactical, it is important to note that there is a slight delay between landing and pulling out your weapon. I like to think of it as using either Loba's tactical or Valkyrie's jetpack, in the sense that you aren't able to immediately pull out your weapon when using those abilities. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't use it aggressively at all. However, you may want to land slightly above or to the side of an enemy, even if your team does get an early knock, just to ensure that you aren't going to get beamed when you land. Tip number 9. Vantage has quite a large hitbox. While this isn't something you can change in any way, shape, or form, it is important to note that Vantage has a pretty large hitbox for a non-fortified character when taking those close range fights. Personally, when playing Vantage, I like to sit back and use her ultimate or a marksman rifle. Get a knock and then use her tactical to capitalize, rather than just jumping around like a madman close range. It is completely up to you how you use her kit and how it works for you, but it is definitely important to keep her hitbox in mind. For my 10th and final tip, crouch while launching to echo to drop faster. This is a great tip for when you're using echo to escape a dangerous situation or if you're being damaged while launching. This could be the difference between making it to the end of your launch alive or dead. Personally, it is pretty rare for it to come down to this in my experience. However, it is definitely important to keep this in mind when you are using a tactical and being shot at. Well, there you have it, my top tips to dominate lobbies with Vantage in Season 14. This video took a lot of time to put together, so if you would show your support by leaving a like and a comment of your thoughts on the new season below, it would mean the world. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.